How many people knew about or heard about the JayZ Harry Belafonte feud? I believe it took place in 2013. Well, the article was published August 2013. Yeah. So it seems that Harry Belafonte had an issue with black folks like JayZ not really contributing to the black community. He said, well, this is how the article starts. Hip-hop mogul Shawn Carter, aka JayZ, and legendary singer and human rights activist Harry Belafonte have recently been embroiled in a highly publicized dispute over the responsibilities of black icons to the larger black American community. Now, I ask you, how many would agree that most black artists, I was just playing, I was just thinking about the book, how many would agree that most black artists and the like do not do enough for the black community from which they have stacked their wealth? I'll be back. Hey everyone, hey subscribers, new subscribers, thank you so much. And you guys who are checking out the content on the channel, God bless your soul. I really appreciate your support. So let's get on with this. I was conducting research on the usual, top tier Diddy friends when I stumbled across this article from back in 2013. Let's get into it. Then I will sit back and enjoy reading your opinions, sentiments, and comments later. I know there are those who know Jay so tough, they probably know his DNA. But let me divulge a little background on him and Harry Belafonte for those who really didn't rock with JayZ like that, and the younger generation who don't really know too much about Harry Belafonte or don't know anything about him at all. Okay, let's get on. Rapper JayZ was born Shawn Corey Carter on December the 4th, 1969 in Brooklyn, New York. He was the last of my 4 children, JayZ's mother, Gloria Carter, later recalled, the only one who didn't give me any pain when I gave birth to him. And that's how I knew he was a special child. JayZ's father, Adnis Reeves, left the family when JayZ was only 11 years old. The young rapper was raised by his mother in Brooklyn's drug-infested Marcy projects. During a rough childhood, detailing many of his songs, Shawn Carter dealt drugs and flirted with gun violence. He attended Eli Whitney High School in Brooklyn, where he was a classmate of the soon-to-be rap legend Notorious B.I.G. As JayZ later remembered his childhood and one of his songs, December the 4th, I went to school, got good grades, could behave when I wanted, but I had demons deep inside that would raise when confronted. Sure you did. You ain't the only black folk that, got some dark anger and bitterness in you. Most don't, go out. Okay, let me go on. Carter turned to rap at a young age as an escape from the drugs, violence, and poverty that surrounded him in the Marcy projects. In '89, he joined the rapper JayZ, an older performer who served as a kind of mentor, to record a song called The Originators, which won the pair an appearance on the episode of Yo MT Raps. It was at this point that Shawn Carter embraced the nickname JayZ, which was simultaneously an homage to JayZ, a play on Carter's childhood nickname of Jazzy, and a reference to the JayZ subway station near his Brooklyn home. But even though he had a stage name, JayZ remained relatively anonymous until he and 2 friends, Damon Dash and Kareem Burke, founded their own record label Rockefeller Records in 1996. In June of that year, JayZ released his debut album, Reasonable Doubt. Although the record reached number 23 on the Billboard charts, it is now considered a classic hip-hop album, featuring songs such as Can't Knock the Hustle, featuring Mary J. Blige, and Brooklyn's Finest, a collaboration with Notorious B.I.G. Reasonable Doubt established JayZ as an emerging star in hip-hop. Now I'm going to give you a brief background on Harry Belafonte. Born Harold George Belafonte Jr., March 1st, 1927, Harold Belafonte was an American singer, actor, and civil rights activist who popularized calypso music with international audiences in the 50s and 60s. Belafonte's career breakthrough album Calypso 1956 was the first million-selling LP by a single artist. The son of Jamaican-born parents, Harold George Belafonte Sr., who worked as a chef, and Melvine Love, a housekeeper. Following his success in the film Carmen Jones, 1954, Belafonte had his breakthrough album with Calypso 1957. He stated that it was the first million-selling album ever in England. The album is number 4 on Billboard's top 100 album list for having spent 31 weeks at number 1, 58 weeks in the top 10, and 99 weeks on the U.S. chart. The album introduced American audiences to calypso music, which had originated in Trinidad. In the early 19th century, Belafonte was dubbed the King of Calypso, a title he wore with reservations since he had no claims to any calypso monarch titles. Belafonte is said to have married politics and pop culture. Belafonte's political beliefs were greatly inspired by the singer, actor, and civil rights activist Paul Robeson, who mentored him. Robeson opposed not only racial prejudice in the U.S., but also Western colonialism in Africa. Belafonte refused to perform in the American South from 1954 until 1961. Belafonte gave the keynote address at ACLU of Northern California's annual Bill of Rights Day celebration in December 2007 and was awarded the Chief Justice Earl Warren Civil Liberties Award. Belafonte supported the civil rights movement in the 50s and 60s and was one of Martin Luther King's confidants. After King had been arrested for his involvement in the Montgomery bus boycott in 1955, he began traveling to northern cities to spread awareness and acquire donations for those struggling with social segregation and oppression in the South. Okay, that was just a little background on Belafonte, so let's get into the article about their beef. Belafonte, who has effortlessly wedded a successful international career as a singer, dancer, and actor with vocal and important support for civil rights, anti-apartheid, and human activism, chastised JayZ for turning his back on social responsibility and included the rapper's wife, Beyonce, in his public indictment. JayZ responded by proclaiming that he felt insulted by Belafonte's remarks and defended himself by characterizing his presence as charity, ennobling the black community. Wow, that was kind of arrogant. Many commentators expressed outrage at JayZ's seeming arrogance and proceeded to list the myriad ways that Carter could never and would never live up to Belafonte's high standard of social engagement and civic activism promoting racial and economic justice. Ain't that I can't believe that he would say that. I can't believe that he would be so arrogant, so self-centered, so narcissistic to say that his presence... Let's go on. Although elegantly expressed, JayZ's position that his presence, along with that of President Obama, provides resources for the black community, deserves closer examination. Insofar as Obama's watershed presence in American culture promoted a renaissance of interest in race and African American history and politics, cable news, publishing, and universities throughout the nation, JayZ's point is well made. Similarly, Shawn Carter's own iconography has helped make hip-hop into a global phenomenon and inspired countless black entrepreneurs and artists to follow his example. But my thing is, everybody don't want to do hip-hop. Everybody don't want to be a rapper. So how you in these people's faces is helping them? But you think is inspiring everybody to, okay, let's get on. In many respects, Michael Jordan innovated the model of the apolitical black superstar that subsequent generations in sports and entertainment have adopted. Belafonte has every right, of course, to criticize such a perspective, especially since it flies in the face of the ethos of collective and group empowerment, which, with the civil rights and black power eras, were built. And here's the thing, if the generations before us had that same mentality, you know? So it's like, I just see it as selfish and cowardice. Hey, nope, I don't want to be involved in politics. It's like, America is politics. JayZ's acknowledgement that he spent 2 sleepless nights in the aftermath of the George Zimmerman verdict included an admission that America still has residues of past racial discrimination. Beyond this fleeting recognition, however, racism appears as a ghost from the nation's dark past, a shadowy apparition that is not easily recognizable and is almost impossible to fight. This narrative views racism as more of an antiquated series of prejudices, stereotypes, and ancient wrongs committed lifetimes ago than a systemic and institutional phenomenon that persists in every facet of American life. When JayZ points to hip-hop's multicultural audience as providing not just a balm for past racial discrimination, but in fact a cure, he means it. The shared experiences of a multicultural hip-hop generation represents the culmination of the civil rights movement search for transcendent racial justice. And my question to you guys and Mr. Carter is, how, just because different people, different races and ethnicities listen to hip-hop, how is that feeding some people? People that's in impoverished, severe impoverished state. Okay, let's go on. Although this ignores the most important aspect of contemporary racism, unequal outcomes, it's a comforting myth that has been propagated by our post-racial moment. JayZ sees his own wealth and status along with the election of Barack Obama as examples of racism's decline. In other words, he mistakes individual achievement for collective advancement. That is so sad. And we're in 2026, and please tell me, how has America changed for the better, particularly for black Americans, since after Barack Obama? I'll wait. Let's go on. While JayZ's individual entrepreneurial spirit, musical genius, and discipline facilitated his escape from Brooklyn's New York Marcy projects, he doesn't see the value in committing his time, resources, and talent to political causes that might help those left behind in America's countless urban and rural ghettos. And this mentality, this guy's mentality, and you guys, y'all be having this man back like he is your best friend, and he feels this way. He feels like, oh well, I got out of it, you can get out of it too, and I ain't gonna help you. That's kind of how it's sounding like how he feels. Now he got all these problems today. I was telling my sister one day, I said, I guarantee you, with all this heat and smoke coming down on them, they're gonna wish they treated the black community better. Okay, let's go on. Belafonte's generation grew up believing that the ascendance of black faces in higher places carried less weight and meaning if the entire community could not be uplifted as well. JayZ's characterization of Obama's global visibility offers a contrasting perspective. Whether he does anything, the hope that he provides for a nation and outside of America is enough. What this sentiment ignores is the vital connection between individual achievement and collective action that animated Black freedom struggles. As a 43-year-old Black New Yorker, this makes Shawn Carter an outlier from his own generation, which came of age amid bruising protests for racial justice in the 80s, an atmosphere that produced a local activist named Al Sharpton and the national presidential campaigner Jesse Jackson. However, much has changed in the post-civil rights era, whereas a generation of famous Black athletes, Muhammad Ali, Bill Russell, Jim Brown, and entertainers Sam Cooke, Nina Simone, Marvin Gaye used their prodigy's talent to call attention to racism and Jim Crow, their 21st century counterparts are loath to risk their current and future earning power on anything that smacks of controversy. And that's where I really don't have too much respect for these black celebrities and other high public officials, because our public leaders, because it's like they're scared. Oh, everybody always apologizing. Oh, wait. I'm going to listen. I'm about to say this, but I don't want to offend no one. I wish you will not catch me talking like that. Listen, we're adults, and I'm going to speak how I speak. I'm not going to try to intentionally offend someone or be derogatory towards them or say derogatory things towards them. But listen, you're not going to have me stumbling all over myself and apologizing every 2 seconds. Oh, wait. I didn't mean it that way. Stop being a coward. And a lot of these celebrities and these people in high places, they are just like a disgrace to me. Like, oh my God. Like, why? Why did you get up there if you wasn't going to do anything or say anything? Everybody can't come against you. And what they fail to realize is that when they really stand up for the Black American community, when we really feel like you rocking for us and you really just like speaking against power and you mean it and you're not just saying it because you want people to look at your stupid, boring movie or read your book or give you support so you're going to act like you're supporting us, we will have your back. And when Black America has your back, we have your back. Anyway, let's continue on. Trayvon Martin's stunning death and the subsequent Zimmerman trial interrupted the status quo, drawing a diverse range of support from LeBron James, JayZ, Beyonce, who rightfully compared Trayvon's death to Emmett Till's. Belafonte is understandably frustrated, disappointed, and angry at this current crop of high-profile entertainers' unwillingness to risk more for the Black community. Yet his public criticism of JayZ, however justified in his mind, brings us no closer to the generational rapprochement that is required to pass the baton from the civil rights generation to the iPhone generation. Young people, whether JayZ's generation or millenniums, want a dialogue, not a monologue. They enjoy conversation, not being lectured to. Here's the conclusion I have. I was on TikTok. Well, not TikTok. X. I don't know. Why, did anybody know why Elon named that site X? God, Jesus. Anyway, I was on there one day and I think somebody put up, I can't remember what reason I think something happened and I was just scrolling through and looking at, the residue of what happened. And then I saw somebody tweet something about JayZ. What was it? I think it was something similar to how Belafonte felt about him. Like, he doesn't do anything to support the Black community. And then you had this guy come in and say, I think he put his resume out there talking about, how successful he is, just the arrogance in it. And then said, he basically was like, JayZ ain't got to do ish. He ain't got to do nothing to help grown ass people. And I was like, well, he got rich off of grown ass people. He clocks in money every time these grown ass people support what he's done. So I don't understand this mentality that some black folks have when they just really just have this attitude like, JayZ ain't gotta do nothing. How much money can one person spend in a lifetime? If you have billions of dollars, how much can you spend? You can't spend all that. So wouldn't it do you good or make you feel just wonderful when you can help somebody? Go build some apartments. Build some apartments in underserved, poor, whack communities and help these people get off the street. Help these people get out of rat, drug infested apartments. You can get a tax write-off. They only act like they want to write off, but then they'll take the water to the ocean. Oh, we're gonna build a university in this very rich white community. Oh, okay. Well, what are you gonna do about the poor black communities? These people who support you. Oh, they'll be okay. They'll make it. After all, I made it. Some people don't have that inner strength in them to do that. Some people actually need a helping hand, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know what this person could be if you just, hey, I'm gonna stretch out my hand to you and I'm gonna help you out. And that would do so much for them and encourage them and inspire them to go forth and be the best they could be. I don't understand the mentality that these black people have. These successful, rich, so-called hard-working black people have. Why are you so cold and stingy? Especially if you're filthy rich. How is that gonna hurt you doing something to actually help? Don't give to a charity, because some of these charities are rigged. All you're gonna do is get it as charity, and your friend own that charity, and you guys taking some of the money out of that, and they giving you some money back. Come on, don't give to a charity. Go to the community, find out what the community need, and do something yourself. Have your representatives oversee it and do something. It's that simple. But some people don't want to do it. I wonder if it's written in black people contracts, these entertainers and high profile black figures. I wonder if it's something hidden in the contract telling them, your black ass bet not use 1 cent of the money we give you to help nigresses that look like you. Because that's how they act. And then they go out and support everybody else and their causes. And oh my God, look what they're doing to these people. Oh my God. And then when things happen to black people, you can hear a mouse running through the church because they so silent. All right, I'm about to shut up shop. And thank you for your time. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for commenting, liking, sharing. Thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you so much. We appreciate it and we will not forget it. And I will see you in the next video. Have a good day.